Hey, hola, ¿cómo andan a todos? Acá Ampa99 y seguimos con Ciudad Synchronicity. Perdón por haberme atrasado, lo siento mucho. Tuve algunos problemitas a la hora de grabar con el micrófono y demás, pero ya estamos. Y vamos a continuar donde lo habíamos dejado, que era justamente acá. Sí, bueno, acá ya no había nada más para hacer. Ya habíamos hablado con los mafiosos. Sí, habíamos hablado con los mafiosos.
You guys. Hello again, pal.
Sí,
Have you come back to spend some time with Rose, or do you just enjoy wasting our time?
No, ya está.
I don't have anything more to discuss with you.
Bueno, no, debo decirles que hice algunas cositas más que salieron grabadas, pero no había salido la voz. Entonces no lo quise dejar, sí. No lo quise dejar. Salió bastante más. Así que se lo voy a mostrar así. Igual mucho no recuerdo lo que había hecho.
Dozens of bullet marks and some trails of fresh blood dripping down the wall.
Qué lindo, ¿no?
Oh my God. This corner of the camp stinks of gunpowder.
Miren lo que pasa si quiero salir, ¿eh?
Where do you think you're going, Rat? No one leaves here without a pass, unless it's with a bullet between the eyes.
Yes, and we can take care of that for you if you don't get away from that gate. Come on, scumbag, stick your neck out. We could use a little entertainment tonight.
What's the matter, Rat? Cat got your tongue?
I think it's best if I get away from the gate. I'm afraid their threats are deadly serious. Sorry, guys. I'm not looking for trouble.
Now that's what I like to hear. That's a good boy.
Así que lo mejor es salir. Y después, bueno, hice unas cosas interesantes los guardias.
I don't mean to bother you, but could I ask you a few questions?
Hey, it seems like we have a nosy rat in the camp.
You say that I can only get out of the camp with a pass. Where can I get one?
Only soldiers and moles have passes for entering and leaving the camp. And you don't look like either one of those things. So get lost.
Well, sometimes we can make an exception, but only if the person who wants to leave is generous enough. And why exactly do you want to leave the refugee camp? What did you lose on the other side of the fence, Rat?
Y bueno, y acá hay un temilla. Yo no sé qué hacer. Porque puedo decirle esto, que por ahí, bueno, sería una de las mejores opciones. Pero esta ni loco le digo. O sea, si se dan cuenta que hay un disuelto dentro del campo, seguramente lo van a matar y no quiero que pase eso.
So, I've heard things are better in the city. Is that true?
Yeah, it could be. But that's none of your business. What do you care if you're gonna die in this dump anyway?
Get the idea of leaving right out of your head. There's no place for rats like you on the other side of the fence. Unless you want to take a walk in Suicide Park. Do you want to become a Dark Star, Rat?
Now quit bothering us and get lost.
Let's talk about something else.
But
why are you calling me Rat? Who's in charge here?
Well, did you hear that? It looks like we have a new kid on the block. Let me ask you something. If you people living in this camp crawl around in garbage, build your houses out of garbage, and eat garbage, what else are we going to call you?
We're in charge here, the ones with the rifles. That's the only rule you need to know. See all those dark stains on the wall next to the barbed wire?
Yes, I see them.
They're the guts and brains of rats like you who forgot the golden rule. We call it the Wall of Shame. We're in charge here. That's pretty easy to grasp, isn't it? But sometimes one of you forgets. And that gives us some more motivation to make you better students. So, how's your memory?
My memory? That's funny. In another context, it would be an amusing question. But there's nothing amusing about these animals. My memory works well enough to remember who is in charge here. Don't worry.
You catch on fast, right? That's a good thing. Now get out of here.
Nice motorcycle.
It is, isn't it? It's ours. So get anywhere near it, and you'll end up against that wall.
You don't have the authority to touch it, or point at it, or even look at it.
Dare to touch it with your grubby hands, and you're a dead man. I guarantee it. Got it?
Okay, understood. I won't bother you anymore.
Get lost.
Muy bien, nos vamos. Bueno, acá está la moto, que obviamente no puedo tocarla, porque me vuela la cabeza.
Rat, I don't think that motorcycle belongs to you. Or at least I don't remember seeing your name on it anywhere. Am I mistaken?
Are you one of those people who have no respect for private property, bastard? Do you know what we do in this camp with people like you?
I'm beginning to get an idea. I was just curious about this thing. I'm stepping away.
Ahora no sé por qué me hablaron esto, sino este que está más cerca de la moto, no digo. Pero bueno. En fin. Vámonos para acá.
A pool of blood mixed with mud marks the spot where that man
Ahí lo mataron.
was shot. It gives me the chills. They may be able to kill with impunity, but it's still the scene of a crime.
A ver acá. Ajá. Mujer fumando. Claro, acá tenemos la casa.
Nothing of interest. The floor of the room is littered with useless junk like this. But wait a minute. I think I can see something sticking out from under that piece of wood.
Hey! You filthy rat! Get out of my house! Do you hear me? Out!
No me deja tocar nada.
Forgive me.
We've got nothing left for you to steal. Go back to your sewer, you filthy rat! Scram!
No, you've got it all wrong. I haven't come to take anything. But wait a minute. I recognize you. Weren't you with the man they shot out there a while back?
Yes, my name is Misha, and that man is my husband.
Ah, no está muerto en Rusia todavía.
But what happened? Why did they shoot your husband?
It's all your fault. All because of you camp rats. One of you reported him for harboring a dissolved. And those army pigs opened fire without even caring who they were aiming at, or how hard my husband had worked for them.
So the lady the cleanup brigades took away from this house was a dissolved.
That was my mother. I'm never gonna see her again. Damn filthy rats. Are you satisfied? It was you people that brought death to this family.
Why is everything all over the floor? Were you robbed?
Dejaron pata
They
para
left
arriba.
us nothing. Those envious rats took everything. They'd been hanging around waiting for days. It seems like those bums have a sixth sense about where a dissolved is being hidden. When they saw my husband injured and lying on the ground, they forced their way in and looted our house.
Bums? Envious rats? Who are you talking about exactly?
Them! All of them! Everyone living here in this camp envies us. They envy who we are, what we have, our privileges, our army contacts.
So they envy you because your husband is a mole. Is that right?
Don't call him that, you worm! He collaborates with the forces of law and order. That's his job.
And in this collaboration with law enforcement, wasn't turning in others of the dissolved one of your husband's duties?
Shut up! Shut up! You envy us too!
No, créeme que no
You're
nos
just like the
envidia.
rest of the rats in this camp. And what are the three of us gonna do when my husband's gone? We'll lose everything. The house, the money, our privileges.
You said the three of us. Is there someone else in the family?
We have 2 children, 2 small boys. And in this camp, envy eats away at everybody. Now we'll be outcasts. No one will help us when my husband is gone. Winter will come, our money will run out, and my children will starve. Those 2 brats wear me down with their antics. I have to chase after them all the time, but they're my children, and none of this is their fault.
How is your husband?
He's badly injured. One of the bullets went through his stomach. He's not gonna make it. He's really suffering. He's in excruciating pain. If we at least had some morphine to ease his pain.
What privileges are you going to lose?
As a collaborator, my husband always received special treatment from the army. More generous rations of food and water. A little money, clothes,
Y el
a
dinero por
treat
aquí
now and
adentro.
then for the kids. And now all of that's gonna end. We won't be able to leave the camp. When he dies, they'll take away his gate pass. We'll die locked up in here. Like you rats.
Did she say a gate pass? Listen, Misha, I can help you.
And just how are you gonna help us, rat?
There's something important I urgently need to get from the other side of the fence. While I'm out there, I could also get some morphine for your husband. I've heard that things are better in the city. It shouldn't be too hard for me to find some, but first I need to get out of the camp.
Like I told you, my husband has a pass that gets him through the gate. I could lend it to you, but I don't trust you. I don't trust you or any other filthy rat
Yo
in
soy
this camp.
distinta.
Beat it!
Soy una super
Get
rata.
out of here!
If I want to get my identity back, I need that drug for the dissolved. And to get it, I have to leave the camp. I have to do whatever it takes to gain this woman's trust. No matter how unpleasant I find her screams and insults. Listen to me. I'm not just another camp rat. I'm your friend. I want to be your friend. You told me you were worried about winter coming. Let me help you. I'll bring you food. Food for your children. Then will you trust me?
I don't know. Bring me the food first. First you bring me food for my children, and then we'll talk about that pass.
I'll do it.
Muy bien. Tenemos favores con todo el mundo, ¿eh? ¿Sí? Primero el Rod, ese que dice que nos va a devolver la identidad si le llevamos la cura. ¡Oh!
Oh no.
Otra vez.
Here comes that sensation again. It's like floating in a dense liquid.
Está todo
Everything
destruido, ¿no?
around me
Es
is
como si
transformed.
fuese el futuro, ¿no? Un futuro más futuro que el que estamos ahora.
Good God.
Futuro al
I
cuadrado.
think I'm starting to lose my mind.
Bien, lo que decía. Bueno, después los fumones, ¿no? La chica esta que dice que sabe algo, pero están esos dos afuera, mafiosos, jugando al póker, al truco, no sé qué será. Y también le tenemos que dar plata. Ahora esta, bueno, estamos llenos de favores que hay que cumplir. ¿Qué es esto?
That must be that strange phenomenon in the sky I've heard people talking about in the camp. The one that appeared just after the Great Wave. God is urging his angels to punish us through the wound. It says in the notebook I found in Rod's trailer.
Se parece a la brecha que había en el Dragon Age Inquisition.
The view from here is incredible. Until you get a look from this side, it's impossible to get an idea of the true size of the refugee camp. One of the many sentry towers surrounding the camp. And inside each and every one of them, there's a sniper, armed to the teeth and itching to shoot something.
Sí, les gusta mucho disparar.
It's an old wooden pallet those kids painted the target on. The word pigs is scrawled in the center.
A ver que los hijos del topo.
Hi, kids.
Hello, sir.
What are you up to?
We're doing target practice. We're going to be real good shots. Someday, we'll get those pigs who shot Dad.
How awful. These children must have seen the cleanup brigades shoot their father out there. Poor kids. And how is the target practice going?
Bad at the moment. We need a real target, or we'll never be able to hit those soldiers.
Yeah, we need a better target. Hey, quit talking to that rat. He's not one of us. You know what Mom and Dad say about the people in the camp. Leave my brother alone. Get lost, rat.
Yeah, you're not one of us. Get lost, rat.
Ya me pierdo. Hijos del topo, me causa gracia porque hay un amigo que le decimos el topo y bueno, nada, por eso. Está también en el juego el topín. Un montón de piedras.
I'm not going to pick them up. I'm sure it took the kids a long time to collect all those rocks for their target practice. Besides, I bet my aim is worse than theirs.
Bueno, capaz que tenemos que conseguirles algo, ¿no? Acá.
Better not. Knowing what's inside that room, I have no interest in going
agonizando
in.
el topo ahí. No, mejor nos vamos. Bien, queda un lugar acá a la izquierda. Bidones.
Dented, dirty, and in pretty bad shape. In this corner of the camp, there are drums stored everywhere you look.
Que tendrán bidones. Bueno, hay unas cuantas cositas. Vamos a hablar con el
Hello.
viejito.
Hello, son. Would you like to get a little closer to the fire?
Thanks, mister. This is a rather isolated part of the camp. What are you doing here?
Well, I'm waiting. That's all. Just waiting.
Hay conversaciones.
You're waiting. And what is it you're waiting for exactly?
Nothing in particular. The usual. For the fire to go out. For sunrise. For it to get cold again. I'm waiting for something to change. Or for everything to stay as it is. I'm just waiting. You're too young to understand.
It's starting to get cold. Where's your tent? Or your trailer?
Yes, I had a tent once. They issued me one when I decided to enter the refugee camp after the Great Wave. A trailer was out of the question. They went to the families with the best contacts. Ah, you know how it is. Even in purgatory, some people are more equal than others.
You say that you decided to enter the camp. Does that mean that people weren't forced to come here?
Oh, no. Of course not. Why would they have to force us? The catastrophe hit the city hard. Those of us who had lost our homes were invited to come here. In principle, it was temporary, just until the authorities got the situation under control and started rebuilding. We used to have food, water, and a place to sleep.
But now it's more like a prison camp than a refugee center. What happened?
I don't really know. I guess something went wrong. The new housing they promised us never got built. And in the end, the army ceased control of the camp. The food ran out, and then the water supply. Nobody bothered to replace them. Seems like our lives didn't matter anymore.
I see.
In time, things in here started to get very ugly. There were riots, uprisings, and the army decided to close the gates of the camp without any notice. One day they decided that no one could enter or leave here. Well, actually, people still could. Enter, that is. Now, this is where anyone who gets in the way in the city ends up. Or anyone they don't know what to do with.
So, this has turned into something like a concentration camp.
That's right, son. That's exactly what it is. You know, it's funny. I remember when my father told us about the war in Europe, about all the persecution, the deportations, those overcrowded cattle cars. That all sounded to us like an old movie, an old horror movie. And look at us now. I guess some things never change. They just stop being visible for long enough for us to forget about them.
And where's your tent now?
It was stolen from me a while back. They fetch a good price on the black market now.
Stolen? But how could anyone...
You seem to be new in the camp, am I right? These things happen nowadays. It's best to take things as they come. The reality of the new world is very simple. Soldiers and the moles do whatever they like on this side of the fence. And the hunter and his men run the black market and all the dirty rackets. I suggest you memorize all this.
The hunter? I've exchanged a few words with him, but I hardly know him.
Yes. The man who protected me during all the shooting. He seems like someone with good connections and some answers. Could he know anything about the drug for treating the dissolved?
Do you know where I can find him?
You can find him in those barracks at the back. That's his... well, let's say it's his logistics office. Now, the hunter is very dangerous. Watch your step around him and his men. I happened to meet his father when he was young. He was a violent, degenerate son of a bitch. A real asshole. And I'm afraid his son has followed in his footsteps.
Capaz que no sea tan confiable.
Let's talk about something else.
El cazador este.
So tell me, is there any way to get out of the camp?
Sí, seguramente muerto.
I'm sorry, son. The only way to get out of this camp is to know someone important who can pull strings for you. Or to become a camp mole. Those traitorous scumbags have gate passes.
Eso es lo que voy a hacer.
I see.
I'm not surprised you want to get out of this shithole. You've no doubt got something to do or someone to find out there. Well, they say things are better in the city. That there's order and that things are starting to function again. But who knows? Well, at least they have Reverend Blake and the consolation of Suicide Park.
Suicide Park? What's that?
Just a song that drifts into the refugee camp from the other side of the fence now and then. And the first dark stars come out to hang from the sky. We could sit and count them together, you and I, when the sun departs from Suicide Park.
Porque el
I'm sure you still have some hopes, some dreams. I'm afraid you're just too young to understand it.
Como saben, este tipo de juegos hay que hablar mucho. Sí, hay que hablar mucho. Sobre todo porque te dan pistas, te dan diálogo que por ahí después le puedes decir a otras personas y cosas así. O sea, es necesario hablar. Por más que a veces sea un poco molesto, un poco denso, es necesario.
Who's Reverend Blake?
He's a preacher. Sometimes comes from the city to bring us a little comfort. Now, some people make jokes about him, but many of us believe that he's a prophet. You should hear him speak sometime. His words etch themselves deeply into your soul. That's why he has so many followers inside and outside the camp.
And what was the extent of the Great Wave's impact? How are things beyond the city?
Truth is, I couldn't tell you. In the first days, the chaos was so overwhelming that no one worried about anything beyond their own backyard. We victims were disoriented, cut off from the world. Then I came into the camp, and news from far-off places doesn't reach this prison. I'm afraid you'd have to leave here to get the answer to that question.
Bueno, no.
I should be going on my way. Have a pleasant wait, mister.
Nos dio una charla bastante larga el vejete.
Although it seems shoddily and hastily built, it's surprising to see a brick-and-mortar building in the midst of all the trailers and hovels in the refugee camp. No doubt this must belong to someone important, or with very good contacts in here.
El cazador. A ver, ¿y la televisiones qué hace?
Okay, here goes. It's impossible to budge these drums at all. I don't know what they contain, but whatever it is, it weighs a ton.
No, mejor no. ¿Cable eléctrico? Se sube.
It's a thick cable that runs along that building's roof, but I can't see it very well from here. It's too high.
No, no tengo nada para agarrarlo. Bueno, vamos a hablar con el Hunter. A ver el barcito querido. Uy, ¿qué pasó? Se congelaron. Ah, se mueven. ¿Datos? Que yo soy así, a mí me gusta robar todo lo que encuentro. Barman, a ver qué nos dice el hombre.
What are you having, pal?
Nope. I'm afraid I don't have any cash on me.
That's no problem here. We don't only accept cash, we also barter. We accept anything of value. That excludes checks, naturally.
Interesting place. Are you the owner?
No, pal, don't get the wrong idea. I only work here. This belongs to the hunter, like every other business enterprise here inside the camp. He's the head honcho.
I see.
The big boss.
What do you sell here?
Anything you can eat or drink. Anything that fits into a box or a bottle. For other types of goods, talk to the hunter directly. What do you need? Liquor, tobacco, food?
I could use some food.
You're in luck. We have some of these emergency food rations the authorities distributed among the inhabitants of the camp in the first weeks after the Great Wave. You know, a bunch of them just happened to fall into our hands. What do you have to offer in exchange?
Podría fiarme. A ver, el alcohol.
Would a bottle of liquor do?
Let me see. It's a good brand of whiskey, but the bottle's been opened, and there's a lot missing. I'd take it, but I'd need something more.
I'm afraid I have nothing more that can interest you.
Too bad, pal. Come back with something more, and the food's yours. You know how it works. We accept everything. Cash, jewelry, liquor, tobacco.
Ah, había un paquete de cigarrillos tirado en la casa de la vieja. Eso. Tengo que hacer que la vieja se vaya ahí. Mira, esto es acá parado.
The cheerful patrons of the bar. I suppose the gray substance one of them is sipping is liquor, but I can't tell what kind. I don't think he can either.
Bueno, vamos a Capó. Ah, cazador, el peladito este.
Mike, my friend. It's nice to see you
más
again.
mafioso que los otros.
Hi.
Guys, this is my friend Mike. He's new around here. We met at one of the cleanup brigade's latest parties. Isn't that right, dude?
Pull up a seat and have a drink. We like to be hospitable to newcomers.
Something tells me I shouldn't accept that drink. That it's not a good idea. Not anymore. No thanks. I don't drink.
Okay, Mike. Whatever you say. But I'm not accustomed to people turning down a drink. At least, Not in my own establishment, in front of my men. So tell me, what brings you here?
A friend of mine is in a bad way. I need to know if there's a drug that can help us all, and how to get it.
A friend of yours, huh? Friendship is important, Mike. The camp is a very tough place. And you have to be loyal to your people. I like your gesture. Do I know this person?
No, I don't think so.
I see. Well, look, dude, I've heard something about that cure, but I don't know if it's true or just a camp legend. Sometimes desperation leads to wishful thinking. You know how it is. But if that drug exists, I can think of only one place you'd be able to find it.
Where?
There's a small medical center on the outskirts of the city. It's more like a pharmaceutical warehouse, but it's heavily guarded. I bet my bottom dollar that's where they keep anything that valuable. Maybe you should take a look at that building. If you can find a way out of this hellhole, that is. And I can't help you with that. You know I like you, dude. Let me give you a piece of advice. Stay away from those untouchables. From the dissolved. They won't bring you anything but trouble.
What more can you tell me about the dissolved?
Only what the authorities say. And that's all I need to know. The disease is fatal. And they say you can catch it just by breathing next to one of those
untouchables. That's why they have to get rid of them as soon as possible. Have you ever seen one of those poor suckers die, dude?
No. But that's terrible. Those poor people.
On the contrary, dude. Those bastards spread the plague.
It's them or us. Understand? Anyway, you know how it works. The cleanup brigades tend to be more than generous with responsible citizens who help them with their mission of tracking down the dissolved.
And can't you get hold of some of that drug for me?
I don't get mixed up in things like that, dude. The army has made it very clear. Helping or hiding the dissolved will be severely punished. Not even collaborators are free from reprisals. You saw what happened to that mole. Those pigs are ruthless about this.
What are you talking about, those pigs?
That's camp slang. The soldiers, the cleanup brigades. The inhabitants of this shithole call anyone with a rifle and a uniform a pig. They can blow your head off right on the spot with impunity.
Tell me, why do they call you the Hunter?
That's a good question, Mike. You know my real name is Hank, but no one calls me that anymore. Now I'm the Hunter, because I can find you what you want, when you want it. You know, it doesn't matter where it is, how fast it runs, or where it tries to hide. The new world gave me a new name and a new life.
A new life?
Yeah, a new life. It's hard to explain, dude. But I think in a way, you and I are similar, Mike. That's why I like you. Let me explain it to you.
It was the Great Wave. The Great Wave that changed and purified everything. The old world was a messy, complicated, and unjust place. After the Great Wave, everything became crystal clear. When all the old laws disappeared, only one rule remained. You gotta do what you gotta do. It's that simple. And that's the universal law that puts each of us in our rightful place. Do you follow me?
You gotta do what you gotta do. Sounds like a handy way to justify anything and everything.
Obvio.
Even the indefensible.
De los malos.
I follow you perfectly.
I knew it. I knew you'd get it straight off, Mike. But don't call me Hank. I told you, that guy died in the Great Wave.
I should be going now.
Fine, Mike. You're welcome anytime. Remember, dude, here we can get you whatever you need. No questions asked.
Sin hacer preguntas. Bueno, a este le tenemos que dar algo más, seguramente los cigarrillos. Bueno. A ver, las latas. Las latas. ¿Qué fue eso? A ver. Ah, puedo entrar directamente a la casa de ahí. Pero cuando sale, no sale al cruce ese, sale a la puerta. Qué raro. A este le tenemos que dar comida. Necesitamos cigarrillos. Las latas nos servirán como... A ver. Ah, sí. Muy bien. A ver qué pasa. Bueno, no sé si esto serviría de algo, pero por lo menos las latas pueden ir ahí. Ahí está, hermano. Yo no le pego ni en pedo.
Thank you. Now we'll really be able to become the best shots in the camp.
So now you're saying this rat isn't a rat?
No, I'm not. My name is Michael.
Hello, Michael.
So tell me, why do you want to throw rocks at those soldiers?
We have to get revenge. We're big boys now. And that's what we gotta do. Those pigs shot our dad. We heard him screaming. He's hurt real bad.
Mom said we'll never see him again.
Damn pigs! My brother and I are gonna get them. All of them.
Sí que tienen ganas de venganza.
But when they were Dad's friends, you used to say you wanted to be a soldier when you grew up.
Shut up. That was before. I wish I could reach those watchtowers with my rocks.
Yeah, wouldn't that be great?
That's not a bad idea. Something tells me that a little commotion along the barbed wire fence would be a good thing for everyone.
¿Vas a usar a los chicos, Mike? Eso no está bien.
It's pretty late for kids like you. What are you doing out in the street at this hour?
Hey, we're not kids. We have to practice our marksmanship. Our mom gets real mad when we do it inside the house. It's not like we have anywhere else to go in this dump.
Nowhere else to go? So you don't go to school? Don't you have any friends from school?
There is no school. Not since the explosion.
Our mom says we don't need it anyway. We're big boys now, and someday we'll be very important people in the camp. Just like our dad. That's why we don't hang out with the other kids around here. Our parents say they're rats. They'd be a bad influence on us.
Yes, we're going to be brave and strong, like our dad. Right, Michael?
Of course you will. I need your help, boys.
No, ¿qué le vas a
How
pedir?
can we help you, Michael?
I have to get something from inside your house. It's something I need so that I can help your father. Understand? But your mother is very agitated, and I need you to give me a hand with her. It's a mission.
What do you want us to do, Michael?
I need you to get your mother out of the house for a few minutes. Just long enough for me to go in and get what I need. Do you think you can do that?
Of course, we're big boys.
I'll owe you. I promise to give you a reward.
Okay, let's do it.
A mission.
O sea, vas a usar a los chicos para robar algo dentro de su casa. Eso no está muy bien. ¿Las piedras? No, no.
I'm not going to pick them up. Decide.
No, no me dejan robárselas. Bien, pero el cigarrillo no necesariamente me va a hacer ayudar. Bueno, sí, indirectamente. Pero sí. Bueno, eso solo era. Vámonos.
Oh, my head!
¿Qué
What the
pasa?
hell's going on? Oh,
¿Qué es
God.
esto?
My head feels like it's gonna explode.
Michael, please, help us, please, remember, Beechwood Oracle.
Repent! It's the sun! Was it our fault? Did we do it? Yes! We did it!
Enough! Please! Enough!
Please, Michael, help us. Only you can do it. Remember, Beechwood Oracle.
Good God. What are these images? And that woman's voice. It's the same one that woke me up in the trailer. I'm trying to remember. Stop tormenting me.
I hope Rod helps me find some answers. If not, I'll go mad. Absolutely mad.
Wow. Wow. Lo que acaba de pasar acá es... Esas visiones donde salir. Bueno, a ver acá. Ahí también me deja dar los
Greetings,
cigarrillos.
pal. What's this? Are you proposing a trade? Because if you are, you came to the right place.
Obvio que sí,
What do you
para eso
need?
vine.
Liquor? Cigarettes? Food?
I'm still interested in that box of food you offered me. I brought you this pack of cigarettes.
Virginia tobacco. There's not much of this in the camp. That's a good start, but it's not enough. The pack's been opened and several cigarettes are missing. I need something more.
La botellita.
Would a bottle of liquor do?
Fantastic. I think that's a fair price. I'll take both of them. Here you go, pal. The food package is all yours. Enjoy it in good health.
La caja de comida se ve, pero la botella y los cigarrillos no. ¿Con este no le puedo decir más nada?
Hi, Mike. So what brings you here?
A ver.
Do the words Beechwood Oracle mean anything to you?
No. Sorry, dude. Doesn't ring a bell. What is it? Some kind of riddle or play on words?
I don't know. Someone told me about it, and I'm curious. That's all.
Bueno, no.
I should be going now.
No me cierro mucho.
You're welcome anytime. Remember, dude, here we can get you... No...
Bueno, dice lo mismo, nos vamos. ¿Qué tengo? La comida. Esto se lo tenemos que dar a la viejita de acá. Y espero que con esto baste.
Here, this is what I promised you.
That's all the food you brought? This will barely feed us for 2 days.
I'm sorry, it's very complicated getting more in the camp. I only wanted to show you that you can trust me, that I can help you.
That's what all you rats in this trash heap say? But in the end, only thing you're interested in is taking advantage of my husband and me.
I've held up my part of the bargain. Isn't that proof enough? Listen, let me have that pass to get out of the camp, and I promise I'll come back with the morphine you need to ease your husband's suffering.
Ah, okay. But
Sí,
you
sí,
better
sí.
hurry.
Whee!
What's this? A bracelet?
It's like an ID badge. Wear it and the soldiers will recognize you. It won't just get you out of the camp. It'll also help you avoid all kinds of problems with the army once you reach the city. I'm not sure I'm doing the right thing by giving it to you. Just don't betray me, you rat. Bring me that morphine from my husband, and I promise you, I'll give you lots of money in return. Much more money than you could earn in a lifetime in this shithole.
No, that's not necessary. We never said anything about money.
I have to know you're coming back. I don't trust any of you. And I know that money is the only thing that'll make you keep your word. All you camp rats are alike. Now get out of my sight. Don't make me regret this. And don't come back without my husband's morphine. There'll be a fat wad of cash waiting for you.
Okay.
Ok, Michael, si vos no querés la plata, me la quedo yo, no hay problema. ¿Ven los chicos acá? Ahí está. Dale en la otra. Quiero ver si las van y las juntan. A ver qué hacen. No, no las junto. Espérate, ¿qué hacen? Nada. O sea, obviamente que si salgo y entro, están tirándolos otra vez. Está bien, bien. Nos vamos entonces. Pulsera del topo.
It's an ID bracelet that identifies me as an army collaborator. In other words, a mole. Wearing one of these brings certain privileges. Among others, it's my key to getting in and out of the camp.
A ver.
Go through that gate, and I'll blow your head off with one shot, rat.
Do you need to get a closer look at what I have on my wrist?
Wait a minute.
Asa.
Look, he's got on one of those ID bracelets the camp moles wear.
Ahora soy
Those
poronga acá.
cockroaches are very useful to us in here. Lower your gun and let him leave.
You heard him. Get out of here, rats.
¿Ya está? Oh, sí, puedo salir. Mirá cómo corro, mirá cómo me muevo libremente. Soy un ave. Bien. Y... ¿ahora qué? Vamos a ir por allá. Acá parece que hay algo.
This is the barrier that vehicles pass through to get in and out of the camp. The soldiers keep it lowered and extremely well guarded.
No sé para qué hice eso. Y acá parece que hay otra cosa. ¿Dónde vas? Bueno, derecha, izquierda, el centro para adentro. Bueno, vamos por acá. A What happened here?
Impossible. It's beyond my reach. The bars are keeping me from getting there.
No hay nada como comprarlo.
A few yards away I can see a great mass of trash, mud, and plant matter that accumulated in there in the years since this water outlet was last cleaned. Blah. Even from here I can smell the stench coming from inside. In the distance, the other end of this tunnel fades out of sight among the shadows. Where does it lead?
Lo que debe haber ahí dentro, ¿no? Simplemente, bueno, es una imagen chiquitita nada más. Barrotes.
Thick bars at the end of the pipe block the opening to the outside. Extremely hard and solid, I'm afraid.
Volvamos.
It looks like quite a large river flowed through it once, but nowadays, only this dry riverbed remains as a reminder.
Y tenemos este otro lugar. A ver. Claro, se abre como una mini pantallita. No, te vayas, compañero. Está bueno, sí, está bien hecho.
It's the charred remains of a tree trunk, fighting to keep from being devoured by the enormous hole in the ground. For the moment, it's holding its own. It seems firmly rooted in the soil.
Vamos, árbol, tú puedes.
I suppose the rain has been flooding the pit little by little. This water is so dark you can't even see the bottom.
Debe haber cocodrilos adentro.
This hole in the ground is steep walls of mud and earth. The distance to the bottom is several yards. How the hell was this cesspit formed?
No.
I can't reach it from here. Maybe I should find a way to get to the bottom of this enormous hole first. It looks like there are some chiseled stone structures sticking out of the water. What are they? The remains of columns, perhaps? And what are they doing sunk here in the middle of nowhere? It seems like a small fragment of one of them is loose.
Sí, pero ¿cómo llego? No. Creo que el lugar más factible para ir ahora va a ser la ciudad, sin duda. Así que... allá vamos. Ciudad, gran ciudad.
I enter the city. It welcomes me with its most merciless and bitter grimace. What I see before my eyes is not what I expected. Doomsday made it here, too. Even if no one in the refugee camp knows it yet. Damn it. The city looks as bruised and battered by the catastrophe as the rest of us.
Acto 2. La ciudad del fin del mundo. Muy bien. Por lo visto no está demasiado mejor la ciudad, ¿no? ¿Qué haremos acá? Bueno, empezamos.
Dozens of posters, all shredded, charred or half torn off. This wall must have been used for advertising before the Great Wave. One of them in particular catches my eye.
¿Cuál? Hay una que ya...
A dirty window at ground level for ventilation. It's the only opening this building's basement has to the outside.
¿Qué es esto?
Tomorrow comes today. There's something about the composition that's strangely familiar to me. Some memory related to my former life, perhaps?
Tomorrow comes today.
Or maybe it's just a memory glitch caused by the Great Wave.
Sí. El mismo nombre que el subtítulo del juego. A ver qué me dice este.
Help me, please! Help me! Don't let them find me in the street after curfew. They'll take me to the refugee camp. Help me, please! But don't make any noise. There's a patrol just round the corner.
But what is it you need me to do?
It's almost curfew. I need a place to sleep. I need a place to hide, or they'll send me to the refugee camp. Don't you understand?
What is all this about a curfew?
At curfew, the soldiers want the streets cleared. And the way they see it, if you're out on the street after curfew, it means that you've got nowhere to go. You don't have a home. You don't belong here. and that makes you a rat. And so they take you to the refugee camp. I can't go to the camp, understand? I can't go there.
You need a roof over your head, and you don't have anywhere to go.
I used to, but it doesn't exist anymore. I owned an apartment a few blocks from here. The block was badly damaged by the Great Wave, but it was still standing.
And what happened to your home?
This morning we had to evacuate the area in a hurry. We ran out in the streets with whatever we had on. Apparently, the foundation was starting to crumble. And a few hours later, all that was left of my home was a pile of smoking rubble, with 40 years of memories buried beneath it. But I can't let them take me to the camp. I need to get into another house before the curfew. Please, help me.
Bueno.
Okay, give me those bolt cutters. I'll see what I can do.
This house is empty, but the army has sealed it off. If I can just get this padlock off before curfew, I'll be safe. I need to get in here. But please, don't make too much noise. If the soldiers find us, they won't hesitate to kill us.
Soy amante del riesgo, no te preocupes, viejito. ¿Ya está?
Impossible. I'm sorry. I can't do anything with this.
I need to get in there. I need to get in.
I'm looking for a place. Something like a pharmaceutical warehouse. Would you know anything about that?
I don't really know. There's a small medical center just outside the city limits. I suppose you mean that, right? They built it in a hurry, just knocked it together after the Great Wave. No one really knows what it's for, but there are vehicles going in and out of the place all the time. Whatever they're doing in there, they're keeping it very secret. Not even my daughter would tell me what goes on inside.
Did you say your daughter?
Yes, my daughter. My little Uma. She works there as a nurse. I'm afraid she left me. I suppose she got tired of living with a frail, sick old man like me. Because one day she simply left the house, and I haven't seen her since. It's been months now. I think she was right to leave me. These times are hard enough. You don't want to burn yourself with someone like me.
I'm sorry. I can't help you.
Help me, please.
Viejito.
A chain with a padlock. Huh, but I'm no Houdini. Let's not waste any more time on this. This chain and padlock. Whoever.
Pero me gustaría ayudarlo.
The traffic in this part of the city must have been especially heavy, but now you can barely hear the sound of the few army vehicles still circulating in the surrounding areas. A few buildings are still standing, but most of them are propped up or about to fall down, with a handful of city dwellers in the street that look like automatons or sleepwalkers, but there's no doubt about it. I'm on the 5th Avenue of Doomsday
La
City.
Quinta Avenida. Hará referencia a Nueva York, ¿no? Supongo.
It's the silhouette of the soldiers guarding the street from around the corner. It seems like those uniformed psychopaths' rifles are projected onto each and every corner of the city.
Sí, no voy a poder ir por ahí. Vale, vamos por este lado. ¿Qué hay acá? Aparte de esta gente. Uy. Esto es muy grande. Vamos a hablar con esta gente. Esto se me vestido entre todo.
You look lost. Come over by the fire.
It's dying down, but maybe it'll last until curfew.
As long as those uniformed psychopaths don't decide to end our little get-together first, of course.
Hey, look! One of those magic bracelets from the camp. They say that place is a real hellhole. A kind of living death. So you've come back from the dead. Do they call you Lazarus?
Well, you could put it that way. You were saying something about a curfew. What time does it start exactly?
Well, it depends on the mood of the soldiers in this zone. But you know it's time to go home when they start taking their guns out of their holsters.
Today they're extremely jumpy. I don't think it'll be long before they start insulting people and hitting them with their rifle butts.
You guys are awfully hard on them. It's just their crude way of showing us affection.
Oh, shut up. In any case, you don't have to worry. That bracelet means you don't have to hide from them. You know, that's one of the privileges that comes with it.
And you? Do you people have to hide?
We try to stay out of their way. The first rule is, be home before curfew. Anyone who isn't gets dragged off to refugee camp. That's one of the strictest laws the Great Wave imposed upon this city.
And do you know how things are elsewhere? Do you get news from outside?
I'm afraid not. With no communications or transportation, and with the army on every corner, we are totally cut off.
Who cares anyway? When you don't know from one day to the next if you're going to be alive, there's no time to worry about what happens 100, 1,000, or 100,000 miles away.
I understand.
¿Por qué tienes miedo?
Why are you afraid of the soldiers? I'd heard that things function better here.
¿Por qué no vas a tener miedo?
I don't know where you heard that, friend, but whoever told you that was lying. Here, things are very ugly and getting uglier every day. Everything's in short supply: water, food, medicine.
We have a surplus of just two things: misery and violence. Life is cheap here, and getting cheaper all the time, especially since the army took over.
The army? I see. And what happened to the other authorities? The politicians? The laws?
Those are distant memories from the old world, my dear. Get them out of your head, because all that collapsed like a house of cards. Since the Great Wave, no one's got any plan, strategy. We're all adrift.
He's right. The most reliable thing we have left is what you see around the corner. Armed teenagers in uniform on the streets, on the rooftops, just as scared as we are, or more, and shooting anything that moves.
I think our common destiny is to finally die of starvation, of disease, or boredom. I don't know which of the three options I find the most cruel. Who knows? Maybe the most sensible thing is to organize a group excursion and break into Suicide Park.
Suicide Park? Don't call it that. It's not funny. That name's as stupid as that hospital they built in such a hurry next to it. It's crazy. The entire city is starving and sick, and the soldiers keep those medical facilities locked up like Fort Knox.
But what good is it having medical facilities if no one can use them? I don't understand.
No one does, friend, but that's the way it is. I don't know why anyone would want to go into that building, but I can assure you that they're not going to get treated for anything in there, not even for a miserable cold.
Besides, it's a real fortress. The person would be more likely to come out sick from an overdose of gunpowder and lead. You know how it is, dear. There's no cure for love or death. Hey, I like that last phrase. It would make a good opening line for a story.
Oh, will you shut up for once, Ramon? Don't pay any attention to him. In the old world, he earned his living writing stories, and he still thinks that all that waste paper might someday be useful after the Great Wave.
And in fact, it is. A good deal of that scrap paper is fueling this bonfire right now, dear. So I can consider my literary career to have been worthwhile.
Suicide Park?
Did you say Suicide Park? Someone in the camp told me about that place.
And the first dark stars come out to hang from the sky. We could sit and count them together, you and I.
When the sun departs from Suicide Park. Yes, I recognize the song. But what the hell is it? Is there really a place with that name?
Yes, it exists. After the Great Wave, and when things were starting to get really ugly here, the weakest among us eased their suffering with a bullet, by overdosing, or by jumping from high places. You know how it is. All those dark stars had a hard time finding a reason to go on living.
There was a terrible wave of suicides, and there still is.
The problem is at some point a problem arose. How should I put it? A serious logistical problem. Access to drugs and firearms became practically impossible. So the easiest thing was to grab a rope or a belt and go to Suicide Park after dark.
There was a time when it was hard to find a free branch anywhere in the park.
The suicides in the area multiplied at such a rate that the army closed down the park, they said for public health reasons.
For months, the only thing blooming in that park were the corpses of the hanged. The place became more like a theme park. Lots of fun for everyone.
Wow, qué locura.
I told you not to make jokes about that. Don't you have any respect for anything?
Of course not. That was one of the many things I lost in the Great Wave. And one of the things I missed the least, believe me.
Thanks for the chat.
Thanks for the company, friend.
Bueno, qué lindo lugar para venir de vacaciones, ¿no? Bueno, gente, lo vamos a ir dejando por acá. Ahí. ¡Uy! Mirando a la cámara. Bueno, esto es todo y cada vez se complica más. Empezamos el acto 2. Todavía quedan algunas cosas en el campamento. Seguro que podemos volver. Así que sí se puede volver. Así que bueno, después las iremos viendo. Hasta otra. Chau.